Number 10. Qin Shi Huang's brush with death. In 227 BC, Jing Kai, an assassin from the state of Yan, approached Qin Shi Huang under the pretense of presenting him with a map as a peace offering, but hidden in the map was a dagger. Jing Kai unfurled the map, revealed the weapon, and lunged. Qin Shi Huang, unarmed and cornered, pulled a clever move. He dodged the dagger and took off down the palace hallway. When Jing Kai chased him, the emperor circled a pillar repeatedly to keep distance, cleverly buying time until his guards could intervene. This quick thinking saved his life and solidified his legendary status. Number 9. Dennis Rader floppy disk. The police had nearly given up on catching the BTK killer, Dennis Rader, until he resurfaced 13 years after his last crime, craving attention. Eager to boast, he sent letters and photos to the media. Unsure if it was safe to use a floppy disk, he did the unthinkable. He asked the police if it was okay. They told him, "Sure, send it over." Rader took the bait, and detectives found a hidden word file on the disk containing his name and church. This tiny slip unraveled the case, leading to his arrest. Rader, now serving 10 life sentences, literally wrote himself into prison. Number 8. Leonstein Army. In 1866, Liechtenstein had an army of 80 men and fought during the Austro-Prussian War. They suffered no injuries or deaths and returned home with 81 people because they made a new Italian friend. The army was disbanded soon after, and they haven't had an army since. Number 7. The Thagomizer. In 1982, cartoonist Gary Larson drew a comic depicting a prehistoric classroom. A caveman is giving a lecture to an audience of other cavemen. Before them is a large image of a stegosaur's tail. The professor points towards the spikes at the end of the tail and explains that they are called the Thagomizer, after the late Thag Simmons. Presumably, caveman Thag Simmons had gone too close to the stegosaurus and was clubbed to death by its spiky tail. Having learned a valuable lesson that it was best to avoid the tail of this particular animal, the other caveman who witnessed the unfortunate incident decided to immortalize Thag's name on the prehistoric animal's anatomy. Back in reality, that particular arrangement of tail spikes had no name at the time, so scientists who were fans of Larson unofficially named it the Thagomizer. Number 6. Classic Patton. In 1945, the Americans were pushing through Germany. General Eisenhower sent General Patton a message instructing him not to take the city of Trier because it would require 4 divisions to seize the city. Patton sent a message back saying, "Have taken Trier with 2 divisions. What do you want me to do? Give it back." Number 5. Andrew Jackson's Parrot got kicked out of his funeral for swearing. Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United States' Parrot, Pole, an African gray, was originally bought as a gift for his wife, Rachel. But Pole picked up a colorful vocabulary and stayed with Jackson instead. When Jackson passed in 1845, thousands attended his funeral, including Pole, who loudly squawked and cursed throughout the service. Eventually, the feisty bird was removed for causing too much of a ruckus, ensuring that even in death, Jackson's parrot left quite an impression. Number 4. Persian King Xerxes ordered the sea to be whipped as punishment. In 480 BC, Persian King Xerxes set his sights on Greece after recent victories in Egypt and Babylon. To speed his massive army's journey, he ordered a 1.2-kilometer pontoon bridge across the Dardanelles Strait. But just as they were about to cross, a storm wrecked the bridge. Infuriated with the sea, Xerxes ordered his soldiers to punish it by whipping it with chains 300 times and poking it with red-hot irons. Handcuffs were also tossed into the water to symbolize the sea's submission to his authority. It may not have calmed the sea, but it sure made for a memorable tantrum. Number 3. The hanging of the Harlepoool monkey. Legend has it that a French ship sank off Harlepoool, England during the Napoleonic Wars, leaving one survivor, the captain's pet monkey, dressed as a French soldier. Mistaking it for a real spy, the locals sentenced the poor monkey to death by hanging. Instead of dying, the monkey just kept climbing up the rope, because it was a monkey. Somehow they managed to complete the sentence, and Harlepoool earned the infamous title of Monkey Hangers. Today, the town embraces its quirky history, with the local football team proudly called the Monkey Hangers. Number 2. The con man who sold the Eiffel Tower twice and got away with it. In the 1920s, Victor Lustig pulled off a con for the ages, selling the Eiffel Tower twice. Realizing the iconic landmark was expensive to maintain, he posed as a government official convincing scrap dealers that the tower was headed for demolition. He even forged official papers and hosted posh meetings to seal the deal. One merchant, Andrew Poisson, handed over $70,000, only to realize he'd been duped and was too embarrassed to report it. Number 1. King Taejong's hilarious battle with the royal record keepers. In ancient Korea, there were special officials tasked with recording everything. Even the emperor couldn't stop them. In the 15th century, when King Taejong fell off his horse while hunting, he demanded it be erased from the record. Frustrated, he tried to destroy their notes, but the recorders kept copying and hiding them in odd places, even recording his efforts to erase them. Ironically, King Taejong is now most famous for his failed attempts to cover up that fall.